Facebook hires spooks too, at least as many as Twitter or more. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special declaration of truth from your host, Terry A. Hurlbut. The yen for investigative journalism seems to have caught on. The provocative Twitter Files series by the team of Matt Taibbi, Barry Weiss, and Mike Schellenberger at the Free Press has inspired others who are not on their team. One of these, who won't share his name, even in his account designator, decided to investigate Facebook. And the he, him, his pronouns are tentative. The CNAV, I follow the convention of using masculine third-person singular pronouns when the gender of a living being, especially a human being, is not clear. Using the simplest publicly available tools, he found at least 115 former intelligence officers working at Facebook. In a 60-tweet thread, he gave the details last night. Before I share, I do want to shout out to the prime sponsor of this channel, which is Conservative News and Views. Link in the description. Be sure to check out the awesome CNAV Store. Scroll down near the bottom for that link. Lots of great merchandise in there, especially this t-shirt that I have chosen for today, which depicts Klaus Schwab saying, "We have ways, we have ways." And farming out spooks to social media companies is one of those ways. One more thing. If you like what you're about to hear, you can like this video. You can also click the bell icon to get a notice every time I come out with a new one. In fact, do you see that new icon, the little heart shape with the US dollar sign in it? That's the super thanks icon. If you really want to keep these videos coming, click on that and leave me a tip. Any currency will do, so long as it's legal tender. Now, as ever, I need only share half the thread for you to see all of it. So I'm sharing 30 tweets, meaning all the even numbers beginning with the second. And here is the text. Thread begins. After learning that Twitter employs at least 15 former FBI agents, I searched Facebook. What I found is alarming. Facebook currently employs at least 115 people in high-ranking positions that formerly worked at FBI, CIA, NSA, and DHS. 17 CIA, 37 FBI, 23 NSA, and 38 DHS. All but a few of the former intelligence agents were hired by Facebook after the 2016 presidential election and after the FBI established their social media-focused task force called the FITF, which stands for Foreign Influence Task Force. As Matt Taibbi detailed in Twitter Files Part 6, we know there was massive coordination of censorship between the FBI and Twitter during 2020 to 2022. Who is controlling misinfo censorship as Facebook? Is there similar coordination between Facebook and the intelligence community? The following is a list obtained through publicly available LinkedIn profiles of former CIA, FBI, NSA, DHS that are currently working at Facebook. At least 10 work in the trust and safety, or meaning the misinfo department. Many of the LinkedIn profiles are private, so those will not be posted. Aaron Berman, he, him, leads the misinformation policy team at Facebook. According to Aaron's public LinkedIn profile, he worked for the CIA for 17 years. Aaron states that his experience at the CIA included writing president's daily briefs, leading briefings for cabinet members, senior NSC officials, and members of Congress. On Twitter, Aaron is followed by Yoel Roth and admits he is friends with trust and safety people at Twitter. Was Facebook coordinating with Twitter on info sharing to censor posts they deem as misinfo? Aaron admits to specific Facebook campaigns where he tackles misinfo concerning the virus that shall remain nameless, they allow health authorities to guide what Facebook should label as misinformation. On a YouTube discussion with Stanford University personnel, Aaron admits that Facebook works with a global network of over 80 fact-checker organizations who direct Facebook on which posts to reduce disinformation, add warning labels, and shadow ban. Aaron discusses in detail the lengths Facebook goes to in censoring what they deem as medical misinfo, specifically on putative immunizations. Here the thread poster embeds the entire YouTube video where Aaron and members from Twitter and Google discuss misinformation censorship. Just so you know, that runs for 43 minutes. I'm going to link separately to that YouTube video in the description. It's still live. Moving on. Aaron is also involved in censorship of alleged misinformation regarding elections in Brazil and the Philippines and the Russo-Ukraine war. Aaron tweeted that the CIA backs insurgency groups. He boasts of being a current combatant against misinformation and a former intelligence officer. Similarly, he boasts of his activities in climate change censorship. And again, Aaron states that Facebook partners with more than 80 independent fact-checking organizations. Now, so much for Aaron Berman. Our anonymous poster lists several other names as follows. Deborah B., she, her, current Facebook Trust and Safety, former CIA analyst, 15 years. Scott S., he, him, current Facebook Senior Manager, Trust and Safety, former CIA, 7 years. Brian Weisbard, current Facebook Trust and Safety, formerly 9 years of multiple senior level leadership positions in U.S. government intelligence community. Former Twitter Online Safety and Security Analysis, 4 years. Former YouTube Trust and Safety, 1 year. Hagen Barnett, current Facebook Trust and Safety Operations Lead. Former self-employed contractor, CIA, 1 year. Booz Allen, 4 years. U.S. Department of Treasury, 3 years. Jeff Lazarus, current Facebook Trust and Safety. Former Apple Trust and Safety, 1 year. Former Google Trust and Safety, 4 years. Former CIA, 5 years. Sean Rosa, current Facebook Trust and Safety. Former U.S. Army Intelligence and Security Command, 4 years. Jason Barry, current Facebook Trust and Safety, Safety Manager. Former DHS, 7 years. Rick Cavalleros, current Facebook Trust and Safety Manager. Former FBI, 21 years. Sandeep A., he, him, current Senior Investigator Trust and Safety, former NSA SIGINT, meaning Signal Intelligence, lead analyst, 4 years. Amar Preet G., she, her, current Facebook Product Integrity, Elections, former FBI, 6 years. Brian Kelly, current Facebook Law Enforcement Outreach Manager, former FBI, 7 years. Alea House, current Facebook Product Policy Manager, former NSA, 7 years. Sean Tursky, current Facebook Global Director, Security Investigations, former NSA, 19 years. Former U.S. Cyber Command, 4 years. Mike Torrey, current Facebook Safety and Security Engineer, Investigator. Former NSA, 3 years. Former CIA, 9 years. Corey Ponder, current Facebook Senior Strategist. Former Policy Consultant, DHS, 7 months. Former CIA, 6 years. Former Policy Advisor, Google, 2 years. John Papp, he, him. Current Facebook Infrastructure, ASIC Sourcer. Former DIA, 4 years. Former CIA, 12 years. Nick Louvrien, he, him. Current Facebook Chief Global Security. Current Board Director, U.S. State Department. Former CIA, 5 years. I have more names to list, but before I finish that list, I want to shout out to a sponsor who can really help you through the economic storms to come. That sponsor is oursewerlines.com. Do you feel like you're working harder for your money just to get by? You are not alone. The fluctuating economy, the employment issues, unexpected changes in life have left many families struggling over that past few years. Collecting gold and silver can help shield you through many of these challenges. But if you're like me many years ago, you don't know where or how to start. Our Silver Lines helps by connecting you with thousands of members who are learning the secrets to creating and protecting true wealth by collecting precious metals. Whether you just want to collect rare and unique coins or take advantage of the business opportunities this company provides, either way, they can help you learn to live an exceptional life. Visit oursilverlines.com to learn how you can build a legacy for your future. Now, on with the names. Cameron H., current Facebook workflow risk project manager, former CIA, 4 years. Andy Allen, she, her, current Facebook senior technical recruiter, current talent partner for the site helpukraine22.org. Former CIA, 4 years. Travis M., current Facebook technical investigator, former NSA, 10 years. Keith Pridgeon, current Facebook program manager, former NSA, 2 years. Former U.S. Navy information warfare officer, 7 years. Daniel Kaiser, current Facebook research data scientist, former NSA, 2 years. Gerard Lowmaster, current Facebook Instagram data scientist, former NSA, 5 years. Gabrielle Johnson, she, her, current Facebook platform investigator, former NSA deputy office chief, 2 years. Michael Kevais, he, him, current Facebook director of operations, former NSA, 10 years. Josh Bullock, current Facebook Spark manager. Now, never mind what Spark stands for. He's a database administrator. That's all you need to know. Former NSA, a signals intelligence analyst, 2 years. Former U.S. Army intelligence analyst, 7 years. Eric Gonzalez, current Facebook systems project manager, former NSA, 3 years. Former U.S. Navy cryptologic warfare officer, 2 years. Seth Somerset with 2 T's, current Facebook head of security partners, former NSA, 8 years. Brian McFarland, he, him, current Facebook security partner, former NSA cryptographer, 3 years. Mike D., current Facebook threat intelligence manager, former FBI, 13 years. Steve Goldman, current Facebook acute issue management, former FBI, 26 years. Jennifer A., current Facebook global intelligence lead, former foreign affairs officer, U.S. Department of State, former FBI, 6 years. Stephen S., current Facebook director and associate general counsel, former DOJ trial attorney, 5 years. Former FBI deputy general counsel, 8 years. Cynthia Deitel, she, her, current Facebook Facebook director, associate general counsel, and former FBI, 19 years. Tramilla Mao, current Facebook FIU investigator, former FBI intelligence analyst, 3 years. Tim Hadley, current Facebook data center manager, former FBI, 17 years. Jeffrey K. Van Nest, current Facebook in-house counsel, former FBI, 20 years. Meredith Burkett, current Facebook anti-scraping investigator, former FBI, 6 years. Lee M., current Facebook threat investigator, former FBI, 7 years. Former DOD, 4 years. Keith Allen, current Facebook corporate strategy and global operations, former FBI, 5 years. Anthony S., current Facebook business integrity specialist, former FBI, 8 years. Christina F., current Facebook security engineer investigator, former FBI, 5 years. And as a reminder, all these Facebook employees publicly list their work experience. I've labeled their names as listed on their LinkedIn profiles. Anyone can do a simple LinkedIn search and find the same. Current company, Facebook/Meta. Past company, FBI, CIA, DHS, NSA. 115 results. End of thread. notice. Facebook hired most of these employees after the election of 2016 and after the FBI established its Foreign Influence Task Force. As one user noticed right away, I quote him, "It's pretty clear that there was a concerted cross-platform hiring operation in 2016 to put into place what would essentially become human middleware in a permanent state operation to undermine popular democratic process in the USA." This isn't left versus right, it's wrong versus right, close quote. And I agree. Clearly the intelligence community determined from the moment Donald Trump stood on a stage with Jerry Goldsmith's main title theme from Air Force One playing to herald him, that they would have that man out of the White House as soon as possible. Hence his impeachment and the censorship campaign. Several users pointed out the relationship between government and technology. One user said, quote, "Our government adapted to technology by embedding itself within relevant companies, it seems. It's how the authoritarians maintain control over U.S. as they steer our country toward communism." Close quote. She then asked about Google and Apple and whether they did the same. Another person asked, "But I thought you were all pro-law enforcement." That's actually a contradiction and ignores the difference between legitimate law enforcement and tyranny, as I pointed out. At least some know how to ask the right questions. I quote one, "I think many are missing the larger concern. What is the true purpose of social media? And what is the government doing with the massive personal information we readily provide them through these platforms? Isn't it fairly obvious now that they mine it and create campaigns to control the U.S. or control us?" Close quote. One other person claims a possible harm from the Facebook and Intelligence Community Association. Still another notes that many of these people have Twitter accounts, and Yoel Roth follows them. Now, of course, Mark Zuckerberg supports this activity at Facebook with a whole heart. Here's a tweet addressing that very thing. Quote, "The situation at Facebook/Meta is far worse because unlike Elon, Zuckerberg is fully on board with these practices. We already know he was directly coordinating with Fauci and the Democratic Party operative Vanita Gupta. Plus, he personally pumped money into shenanigans like ballot harvesting." Close quote. Yeah, remember the Zuckerbucks campaign? That's what the guy's talking about. Two other users suggest that this has been going on for much longer and connected with Operation Mockingbird of the CIA. In all, I have left 9 tweets in the description giving reaction to the thread or a direct answer to a reaction. So, what about Google and Apple? Now, you might as well ask about Amazon while you're at it. The worst problem with Facebook is that many companies actually use Facebook for leader-to-team communications. The evidence from this thread suggests that the U.S. intelligence community can see those communications. Any company that asks its staff, full-time, part-time, or seasonal, to use Facebook for team comms should ask itself, do we want the FBI or other alphabet soup agencies to see our orders to team members or team members' messages to one another? Now we know why President Trump proposed a 7-day moratorium before anyone retiring from intelligence work hires on at Facebook or at any other big tech firm or other social media. This problem goes further than the intelligence community betraying a sitting president or affecting presidential or other elections. Might we see a private team leader get this kind of call from the FBI? "We thought you ought to know that one of your associates who is out there representing your company in public likes to dabble in dis, and malinformation elsewhere on Facebook and other places besides." Anyone who works at a company like that must now ask himself how private his own time still is. suddenly the parallel economy looks a lot more attractive than it ever did before. Link in the description to the article, to the thread, to that YouTube video in which Aaron Berman takes part, to 9 tweets in reaction to the thread, to my Declaration of Truth Twitter account, and to Conservative News and Views. I've also left links to the awesome CNAV Store and to oursilverlines.com, as I also mentioned. You know already about how to like a video, turn on notifications, and leave a tip. On the end screen, I'm going to leave a subscribe link to my channel and a link to my Twitter Files playlist, to that video I mentioned talking about the role of social media companies, and to my State Actor video. This is Terry A. Hurlbut delivering another declaration of truth and reminding you to let the truth set you free.